All right, let's dive deep into AI, specifically what's going on over at Microsoft. We're talking about their big AI tour in London, which seems like it was quite the event.
Yeah, definitely a lot of buzz.
Lots to unpack. We've got two great sources to pull from. First, we've got this article, Key Messages from the Microsoft AI Tour London, from Bytes. They're a tech solutions provider and a Microsoft partner, so they definitely have a good view.
Right.
And then there's Microsoft AI Tour, Microsoft's vision for an AI-powered future, from Devo Team, another Microsoft partner. This one even covers Satya Nadella's keynote, which, I mean, you got to hear what the CEO has to say, right?
Absolutely. Sets the tone.
Exactly. So I guess our mission today is to, really break down Microsoft's vision, what they're building, and what it means for all of us, really.
It's a turning point, that's for sure. They're positioning this as a major shift, like when we got the PC or the internet or the cloud.
Yeah, I picked up on that too. I mean, Nadella even compared the speed of AI development to Moore's Law, only way faster. Instead of performance doubling every 18 months, he's saying it's every 6 months with AI.
It's incredible, the pace. And I think it's because we've got three major forces aligning perfectly right now.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, first, you've got the raw computing power. I mean, these data centers Microsoft is building, they're massive. They even just dropped another $2.5 billion into expanding one in the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's one force. Then the techniques for handling all the data the AI needs. I mean, the data sets they use are huge, and the ways we can train AI models with them are getting more sophisticated all the time.
Makes sense. Got to feed the beast.
Exactly. And then the third force is algorithms. The breakthroughs we've seen, like with transformer models, they're unlocking totally new levels of performance.
So it's all happening at the perfect time. Crazy. But Nadella didn't just talk tech. He laid out these fundamental shifts that AI is causing. First up was the multimodal interface revolution. What's that all about?
It's a paradigm shift. We've always had to adapt to computers, learn their language. But now with AI, it's the other way around. Natural language processing, speech recognition, computer vision, it's all making computers understand us.
So like computers are becoming fluent in human.
In a way, yeah, that makes interacting with them way more natural.
Which leads into Nadella's next point, neural reasoning.
Right. So computers are good with structured data, spreadsheets and such, but most of the world's data isn't structured. It's messy. But neural networks, that's AI's strength. They can find patterns in all that chaos, make predictions, find insights we'd never see otherwise.
So AI is like this super analyst crunching all that messy data.
Exactly.
He also talked about contextual intelligence. Didn't quite catch that one.
Well, it's about AI systems that can maintain context, remember things over time, not just react to one input, but build up an understanding of the situation, the user, the goal. That's what makes these more advanced AI agents possible, the ones that can truly partner with us.
So they're not just tools, they're like teammates.
Yeah, getting closer to that.
Interesting. And Nadella made it clear this isn't just tech for tech's sake. He's talking about how AI can empower small businesses, make governments more efficient, boost education and healthcare. Big ambitions.
Absolutely. And they're building a whole platform to do it. Copilot is the user interface, the way we interact with it all. Then the Copilot AI stack, which is for developers to build their own solutions, and Copilot devices, so AI is built right into the hardware.
There's a whole ecosystem they're creating. But let's zoom in on Copilot for a bit, because it's already being used, right? I saw some examples in the Bytes article, even some UK companies.
Oh yeah, some cool ones. Clifford Chance, the law firm, they're using Copilot agents for mergers and acquisitions, all those documents, deadlines. It can be overwhelming, but Copilot helps them manage it all, close deals faster.
Streamlines everything so they can focus on the big picture.
Exactly. And then there's Unilever, massive consumer goods company. They're using Copilot to make their marketing more efficient.
They do tons of campaigns, right?
Yeah, constantly. But even just writing up the initial briefs, that takes time. Copilot helps with that, frees up their team to focus on the creative stuff.
So it's like a super efficient assistant in a way. But what really blew my mind was autonomous agents. These things sound like sci-fi.
Yeah, a bit. Imagine AI agents that can operate completely on their own, no human needed, monitoring systems, making decisions, taking action, all based on rules you set up, goals you define.
Sounds crazy. But Nadella gave a real-world example, right?
He did. They're working with McKinsey and Company, the consulting giant. They've built an autonomous agent to handle client onboarding. When a new client comes on board, there's a whole process, can take weeks.
I bet this agent speeds things up.
Big time. It monitors an email inbox for client inquiries, uses natural language processing to understand what they need. Then it compared that to McKinsey's experts and drafts personalized emails to the right people, connecting them with the client.
No human involved.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's like it understands what people need just from their emails.
That's the power of AI, right? And get this, you don't even need to be a coder to build these agents. You give them instructions in plain English.
Really? So I could say, if you get an email about healthcare, find the expert on healthcare strategy.
Basically, you tell it what to watch for, what data to use, what actions to take. Super simple.
Wow, the potential there is huge. Okay, but let's step back a bit. What's the tech behind all this? Copilot, these agents, it's got to be running on something powerful.
Oh yeah, the Copilot AI stack, it's their whole foundation. And it starts with those data centers, remember?
Yeah, the massive ones.
Those are just the start. They're packing them with specialized hardware, the most powerful GPUs, AI processors from NVIDIA, AMD, you name it. They're even designing their own chips. And they're pushing the limits with things like liquid cooling to keep it all running smoothly.
Like a supercomputer just for AI.
Pretty much. But Nadella also stressed it's not just about processing power. You need the right data architecture, too.
Data architecture.
It's how you manage all the data that AI needs. Microsoft's building a whole cloud-native system just for this. They have Cosmos DB, SQL, Postgres, Fabric, all these services to handle the massive amounts of data AI needs.
So it's like a giant data warehouse, but in the cloud and fine-tuned for AI.
Exactly.
Makes sense. But then developers, they need tools to actually build stuff.
Right, and that's where Azure AI Studio comes in. Think of it as the AI app server. Everything developers need to build their AI solutions is in there.
Sounds comprehensive. What kind of tools are we talking about?
Well, first, they have a whole library of pre-trained AI models. GPT-4 from OpenAI, that's in there. But also models from other sources, even open source options, so developers have choices.
So it's like a toolbox full of AI models. What if they need something custom, though?
They can fine-tune those models, use their own data to make them more accurate for their specific task. And it's all built on Microsoft's existing cloud and developer tools like Azure, Visual Studio Code, GitHub.
So they're not starting from scratch. They're building on what's already there. Nadella was pretty proud of GitHub Copilot, their AI coding assistant. What's the big deal there?
Well, Copilot's actually changing how software is developed. It can suggest code completions, write whole functions, even create documentation, all in real time, like having a super smart coding buddy.
Yeah, and it's got like 3.7 million users on GitHub in the UK alone. That's huge growth. What I thought was crazy, though, was that they're using AI to improve AI. Nadella gave that example of Copilot using AI to make its own code generation better.
Yeah, AI optimizing AI, it's a glimpse of how sophisticated this stuff's getting. And it's not just about the cloud either. Microsoft also announced these Copilot PCs with AI processing built right in.
So not just your typical laptop, then?
Nope. They've got CPUs, GPUs, and NPUs, neural processing units, specifically for AI. So they can do AI tasks right on the device.
So we're moving away from everything happening in the cloud.
It's more like the cloud and the edge become one system. Huge possibilities there.
That's a whole new world. AI-powered devices everywhere. Exciting, but also kind of scary.
For sure. That's why Nadella kept emphasizing responsible AI development. Privacy, security, making sure it benefits everyone.
So they're thinking about the ethics of it all, not just the tech.
Absolutely. They're doing things like simulating attacks to find vulnerabilities, using confidential computing to protect data. They're even building AI tools to catch those hallucinations where AI spits out inaccurate stuff.
Building trust from the ground up. But are there like actual examples of this stuff being used for good right now, not just in theory?
Oh yeah, the Bytes article had some great ones. The British Heart Foundation is using Azure Speech Services to simulate emergency calls, training people how to respond better in those high-pressure situations.
Wow, so AI could actually help save lives.
Potentially, yeah. And then there's HSBC. They're using AI agents to streamline things like credit approvals, make the whole customer experience smoother.
The less waiting around for decisions, that's always good.
Right. And then there's Mondra. They're building a digital twin of the entire food supply chain using AI.
Digital twin? What's that?
It's like a virtual copy, but with real-time data. They're using it to improve efficiency, reduce waste, all that good stuff.
So AI is being used to tackle some pretty big problems already. This has been a whirlwind.
Totally. And we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, right? AI is clearly here,
Yeah.
and it's already impacting our lives. It's a lot to wrap your head around.
Yeah, it really is.
So maybe we should take a little break to digest all this, and when we come back, we can dig into how this AI stuff is shaking up specific industries.
Back again. And we've only just begun with this whole AI thing.
I know, right? It's a lot to process.
It really is. Maybe this time we can focus on how AI is changing specific industries. Healthcare, for instance. Huge potential there.
Yeah, healthcare's got so much data, just mountains of it. Patient records, images, research, it's all there, just waiting for AI to make sense of it.
And it is. That example Nadella gave, the British Heart Foundation using AI to simulate those emergency calls. That's just one tiny slice of it. AI is being used to diagnose things earlier, create personalized treatments, even speed up drug discovery.
So we're talking about real-world impact, AI actually saving lives.
Absolutely. Take medical imaging, for instance. AI can analyze X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, even better than humans sometimes. Catches those tiny details we might miss. Early diagnosis is key, right?
Yeah, it's not replacing doctors, it's giving them this incredible tool.
Exactly. Augmenting their abilities. And then there's personalized medicine. It's becoming real thanks to AI.
Personalized medicine, that's been a buzzword forever.
I know, right? But AI makes it possible. It can look at all this patient data, find patterns, figure out who might respond best to which treatment. Doctors can create custom plans, more effective, fewer side effects.
It's like going from one size fits all to tailor-made healthcare.
That's the idea. And there are companies already building AI platforms to assess disease risk, suggest treatments, even monitor patients remotely.
So AI is really changing the whole healthcare landscape. What about finance? I bet that's another area ripe for disruption.
Finance is all about data, always has been. Transactions, market movements, it's all data. So AI is a perfect fit. Fraud detection, risk management, even giving financial advice, AI is changing it all.
Let's break that down a bit. How's AI helping fight fraud?
Well, old school fraud detection relied on rules, looking for specific patterns. But fraudsters are clever, they change their tactics constantly. AI, on the other hand, can learn and adapt much faster.
So it's a smarter, faster cop, basically.
Pretty much. It can analyze tons of transactions in real time, spot those subtle signs of fraud that humans might miss, and because it's always learning, it stays ahead of the curve.
Keeps the bad guys on their toes.
Yep.
What about risk management? That's got to be a big one for financial institutions.
Huge. AI is being used to assess credit risk, predict market volatility, even find investment opportunities. It crunches historical data, monitors the markets in real time, gives those institutions a clearer view of the risks.
So it's like having this crystal ball, but powered by data and algorithms.
It's giving them a serious edge, that's for sure. And because AI can analyze millions of data points in seconds, it sees things human analysts could never catch.
That brings us to algorithmic trading, right? Where computers make millions of trades per second.
That's the one. It's crazy fast. And AI algorithms can analyze market data, spot trends, execute trades, all at lightning speed. Even tiny price fluctuations can be profitable if you're fast enough.
It's a whole different game. Sounds kind of risky, though, doesn't it?
It can be, yeah. More volatility, less predictability, and there are questions about fairness and transparency when it's all happening so fast.
Another reminder that AI is powerful. We got to use it carefully.
Definitely. But don't forget the positive. AI can make financial services more accessible, personalize financial advice. Imagine an AI advisor that helps you plan for retirement, manage your investments, even negotiate better deals.
Like having a personal finance expert, but for everyone.
Exactly. And it's already happening. Companies are building platforms that analyze your finances, suggest strategies, even automate your savings and spending.
Wow. AI could make us all financially smarter. Let's move on to retail, another industry being totally transformed.
Retail's already been shaken up by e-commerce, mobile shopping. Now AI is taking it even further. Personalized shopping, dynamic pricing, managing those complex supply chains. AI is everywhere. Retailers are using it to understand their customers better than ever, predict what they want, get it to them faster.
So AI is like the ultimate shop assistant.
In a way, yeah. One big thing is personalized recommendations. You know, those you might also like suggestions. That's AI looking at your browsing history, purchases, even social media to figure out what you might buy.
It's A little creepy, I gotta admit, but it's super convenient.
Mhm.
What else is AI doing in retail?
Pricing's a big one. Instead of fixed prices, retailers are using AI to adjust prices in real time. Demand goes up, price goes up. Competitor drops their price, so do they. It's all dynamic.
Like those ride-sharing apps that get more expensive during rush hour.
Exactly. And AI is helping manage those massive supply chains too. It can analyze all that data, inventory, shipping times, demand, and optimize everything. Remember Mandra with their digital twin of the food supply chain? That's a perfect example.
It's like AI is the puppet master, making sure everything runs smoothly. But what about us, the shoppers? How's AI changing our experience?
Well, we're seeing more chatbots, virtual assistants that can answer questions, recommend products, even take orders. And then there are those cashierless stores like Amazon Go, where AI tracks what you pick up and charges you automatically when you leave.
No more checkout lines. That's a dream come true. So, healthcare, finance, retail, AI is everywhere.
Right.
What else is being disrupted?
Honestly, almost every industry is being touched by AI in some way. Manufacturing, transportation, logistics, even creative fields like music and art.
It's really becoming this essential tool for everything.
It is, and that's what's so exciting about this moment. We're just at the beginning of this AI revolution. So much potential. But we got to be thoughtful about it, guide it in the right direction. If we do, AI can help us solve some huge problems, create a better world for everyone.
This deep dive's really opened my eyes. From the tech itself to the impact it's having, it's a lot to take in.
I know, it's been quite a journey, but we're not done yet.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. In part 3, we'll shift gears again and talk about what all this means for us as individuals. How do we prepare for this AI-powered future? What skills will we need? What should we be thinking about?
The human side of the AI revolution.
Exactly. Join us then. We'll explore it together.
All right, final act. We've covered the big picture, the tech, the industries. Now it's time to get personal. How does all this AI stuff affect us?
This is where it gets real, right? It's one thing to see AI changing the world out there, but what about our own lives? How do we fit into all of this?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. I mean, it's exciting, all these advancements, but it's also kind of overwhelming. What are we supposed to do about it?
One thing's for sure, we got to be learning constantly. Like lifelong learning is the name of the game now. The skills that are hot today might be totally useless tomorrow, so we got to be adaptable, always learning new things.
So it's not just about like learning to code or mastering some software.
It's bigger than that. It's a mindset shift. Got to be comfortable with things changing all the time, be willing to jump into new stuff. I mean, the World Economic Forum, they're saying over half of all employees will need to retrain or upskill by 2025. That's massive.
Wow. So it's like we're all back in school, but the curriculum's constantly updating. Are there specific skills we should be focusing on?
Definitely some are becoming more valuable. Data literacy is huge. Got to be able to understand data, interpret it, communicate it. And then there's critical thinking, problem solving. Those are always important. And creativity, because AI is great at doing what it's told, but it's still humans who come up with the new ideas.
So we got to find those areas where humans still have the edge.
Right. It's about complementing AI, not competing with it. AI can handle the grunt work, the data crunching, the repetitive stuff. That frees us up to think strategically, solve those complex problems, focus on the human stuff.
So AI's like our superpowered assistant, helping us be more efficient and effective. But as we rely on it more, are there other things we should be thinking about?
Yeah, definitely. As AI gets more powerful, more integrated into our lives, we got to think about the ethics, the implications. Are we using it responsibly? That's a question we all need to be asking ourselves.
Like we're writing a whole new set of rules for this AI age.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations as individuals, as organizations, as a society. What are the risks? What are the benefits? How do we ensure AI is used for good?
It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the values we build into it.
Exactly. And we need informed citizens who understand how this stuff works, what the limitations are. Because this AI revolution, it's happening, like it or not. It's up to us to shape it.
So we're all kind of like AI ambassadors in a way, responsible for steering it in the right direction.
I like that. It's a responsibility we all share. This whole deep dive, it's been an incredible journey.
It really has. The tech, the ethics, it's a lot to process. But I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty optimistic.
Me too. If we keep learning, build the right skills, have those tough conversations about AI, I think we can really harness its power for good. So to everyone listening, don't be afraid of AI. Embrace it. Learn about it. Play with it. Think critically about what it means for you in the world.
Well said. We're all part of this now. Let's make it a future worth living in. This has been a fantastic deep dive. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, stay curious.